Kids these days don't know about a TV show that came out in the early '90s called Video Power. Video Power would showcase many highlights of the video games that came out during that time. Around 1990 through '92, it was one video game console that completely ruled, and that was Nintendo. Okay, around that time, it was also Sega Genesis, but like Nintendo was king, and like I know a lot of you youngsters who might come across this video, you might be like, Nintendo, yes, Nintendo. Like in 1990, there was no PlayStation, there was no Xbox. It was either Nintendo or Sega Genesis. If you were like the only kid during that time, if you were the only kid on your block who had a Nintendo, you was king. If you if you were the only kid if you were the only kid who had a Sega on your block, you was king. Cause a lot of kids didn't have consoles like that. There was some, but on a grand scale, not that many. Now virtually every kid has a console in their house. Well, during this time there was a show that came out. There was a show that came on TV called Video Power. It came on every single day. I still remember it came on at 7 o'clock before I went to school. It um it came on. I watched virtually every single episode. And like it was hosted by some actor named who called himself Johnny Arcade. I found out that wasn't really his name. His real name was Stevie Paskowski, some Jewy Russian name. Okay. Well, anyways, like it was hosted by Johnny Arcade. When but like he would talk about every virtually any game that they put out there, and he would talk about it in such expertise. Like when I watched it, I thought this dude was such a I thought this dude was the master of these games. I thought he was actually beating these games. Come to find out, it was just highlights. It was just like he was just going off of cue cards. This dude probably couldn't have played games if his life depended on it. But at that time, I thought this dude was like the king of video games. He's played virtually every Nintendo game and has beaten them. Come to find out, that wasn't true. In fact, that was far from the truth. Even though, it'll show like whenever he does he did he talked about certain video games. It'll show like him portraying a certain character in some comical parody type of way, and like when he like when you're a kid and you see this, it's like yeah, he's a video game master, but like when he does the parody of the video games that he's talking about, it kind of goes over your head. But then if you're an adult, you see this, you're like, this dude is corny as hell. And like man, video power. Like I hate the fact that that was the only show of its kind, even though like a lot of people brushed off the fact that video games were going to become the future, and that it was going to become a billion-dollar industry. And this is before a lot of people took video games seriously. But like due to the fact that during that time I lived, breathed, and ate video games, I didn't miss a single episode of Video Power. But hold up, I just want to show you this. okay, that right there was the opening theme to Video Power. On that show, it was also a show called The Power Team. It was a cartoon which showed like a bunch of mismatched characters played by from different video game genres. And like when I would watch that, like I didn't really care for the Power Team cartoon. I only cared for like when he showed like when it showed the video game captures from certain video games that he was doing. He was doing like he was hosting, and he was speaking on and doing highlights of. That's all I cared about. But then like a year later, a year later, it became like a talk show.
Video power. Video power. Video power. My show is kicking with maximum hype. Say video power. Yeah, that's right. Word. I've got the ability to make you win. You want the edge? I'll push the power surge. Let her rip. Feel the power. Power. Feel the power. Feel power. Feel the power. Power. Feel the power. Feel the power.
Okay, in that short amount of time, Video Power became extremely popular, even though the show only lasted for 2 years. During the last year of his run, it became like some talk show host. Like he was like it became like a talk show in a way, of a talk show based around video games, and it showed like it showed like kids playing video games as a contest. It was basically like a video game contest, and then at the end of the show, like it had this thing where these kids run up and down this obstacle course and grab all the video games that they can, and they'll just be like, and whatever games they grabbed, if they could keep, if they could hold on to them, or if they was able to beat the other guy. But during that segment of that last season of Video Power, it showed like it had like a bunch of dudes, a bunch of kids. They would stand up and ask Johnny Arcade random questions, like about like certain video games, like how do you make the chipmunks sweat on Chippendales, or like what weapons do you use to beat Shredder on Ninja Turtles, and like whatever question the kids, any random kid in the audience asked, he would know it. But then I came to find out they already gave him the question. Hold up, let me rephrase that. The questions the kids asked, they would ask the producers. The producers would go find the answers, and then they go give it to Johnny Arcade to speak on it. And then boom, just like that. And like but like if you're a kid, you probably wouldn't know that, because like you're standing like, man, this dude knows so much about video games. Come to find out, he doesn't. And like in a way, he kind of overacted, like he kind of overacted he his character. And hold up, see this right here. Like it says, a typical scene from Video Power. Stevie Paskowski, aka Johnny Arcade, acts like a spastic tool while the contestants stand around nervously, waiting for the next 22 minutes to end. Like they was about to, they would have to stand around. He would ask them questions in a Jeopardy like style. Hold up, in a game show like style. Like what type of he would ask questions like, what type of hold on, let me rephrase that. He said some questions will be related to pop culture, some will be related to video games. He might say something like, what's the name of the place where Bart Simpson makes phone call? Moe's Tavern. It wouldn't be multiple choice, because like some of the questions would already be known. That they would just have to come off the top of their head with that. There was and all that. But like I hate the fact that the show only lasted 2 years, and like it was way more, like it was so popular, but it just ended. But like, man, I wish they bring that show back. I really wish they bring Video Power back, because I wish kids today, they don't know how how epic a TV show like Video Power was. It was that damn good.